What's good, YouTube? Tib Blends, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into the video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and if y'all want more or y'all want a clipper review, I'll make sure to drop that. But comment down below what y'all like. Let's get into the video. So you know what I'm saying, first of all, we gonna comb the hair out and make sure it's all nice and right, you know what I'm saying? You see my car, he got them little BBs on his head, but it don't mean that, because you in Tib chair, he gonna get you right. So we combing all this out.
That shit ain't no average.
So right now I'm gonna go with the 2-guard lever closed, and I'm gonna just debulk because he wanted it wavelength, but I know this is not gonna get it wavelength with these magic clips, but I'm just doing this to get a feel for what's gonna cut too much off, because you could always cut hair, but you can never add hair on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just doing this to be on the safe side. So now I got a feel for what's gonna take off too much hair. So I go with my 1-guard with my magic clips, and I'm going with the grain, and I'm making sure to cut down, cut down at an angle, but I'm starting at the crown, you know what I'm saying? So to start off the blend, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna put my vertical bar, like I'm gonna put my guideline right under my vertical bar, and I'm just making it go straight across to finish at the ear, at the start of the ear. So yeah, I'm doing this to set my guideline in, and I'm gonna give this client a hot taper. So this fade, I'm gonna start off with no guard, lever open, and just flicking out. But you could kind of tell right here, there's a lot of bulk in front of the ear. So I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna come hit that back up later, but I'm just flicking out. So with the 1-guard lever open, I'm gonna just flick out, and you can see that line is starting to slowly disappear. Now I'll play with the lever as I go. So I'm coming after the one with the 1.5, and I'm just flicking out to get that top line out. As you can see, I'm trying to smooth it out. And if that don't work, then I'm gonna come behind it with my 1 with the lever closed fully, and then knock out that line. Now y'all should already know what's next, but I'm going with my 1/2 guard, not the 1.5, but the 1/2 guard, and I'm flicking at the bottom of the line to blend that line out. As you can see, I'm not going too high with it, because if I go and flick at where I was with the 1.5, then I'm gonna just mess up the whole fade that I'm doing. And you can see I transition to lever halfway open, and it's just gonna ease that line out as I go. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, that bulk that was on the side of the ear, so now I'm gonna start to try to focus on it a little bit. But I'm gonna make sure I go up in the fade with the 1 again, and I'm gonna attack the top of the hair with it to make sure I blend it out all the way. Now it's basically the same exact steps on the same side. On the other side. Like what you do to one side, you're gonna do to the other. Remember that. That's one thing you should always remember. So you see I'm setting that guideline just like I did the other side of the head. Now lever open, I'm just flicking out at that line. Just like I did the other side of the head, I'm just flicking out that line, making sure everything look nice and tight. The cleaner you keep your guideline, the cleaner the fade gonna come out. So make sure you're keeping everything nice and tidy. So I got my 1.5, and I'm gonna just keep flicking up out at the fade to smooth that line out at the very top. And if I don't see no progression, then I'm gonna steadily work towards closing my lever. But the fade is gonna come out nice and neat if you just follow these steps and go as you go. So with that half guard, once again, I'm gonna flick out at that bottom line and just smooth it out. Just smooth it out and play with the lever as you go. Like cutting is just so simple. Once you get the steps down, it's gonna be repetition. I'm not done yet, and I definitely wasn't satisfied on that line I seen in the middle of the fade. So I'm gonna push it up a little bit more with the 1.5 just to get that faint line out, and just adjusting and going as I go. Now on to the back of the head, I'm gonna set that guideline in with the magic clips. And I like to go with my line down like that. I don't like to have my clipper the other way and put the guideline in, but I like to flip mine over and set that line straight across the head. But it's really a preference thing. I don't think it necessarily matters.
Get the paper, Sandal.
So my other clippers I use for fading, my barberless clippers, I'm gonna go up with no guard, lever open, and I'm gonna just flick out. Then you already know right after that, I'm gonna go in with the 1 guard and I'm gonna flick out at that bulk. And I can start to tell that there's bulk in the head, like in the middle of his head right here. And like some of the parts of where I cut is uneven, like some of it is lighter and some of it is darker. So I'm gonna come back over that with this clipper, and I'm gonna make sure I get all that and correct it. So right here, I went to 1 guard with my lever closed, and I'm just getting them darker areas to even out how I cut the hair down the wavelength. So with the one guard open, I'm gonna just get that line out. And you can see it's smoothing into the fade. It's getting way more easier to blend it all in. It's looking real nice and neat. That's how you want your fade to come out. So it's time to work at the bottom of the fade and get that last line out. So with the half guard, I'm gonna use the corner and I'm gonna just ease it out and get it out. And I'm gonna come back later on and get that hair behind the ear too, because you can see it's bulky right there too, and it's kind of throwing me off. And I don't like that, so I'm gonna come back later and get that. So finally we're at the front of the head, and I'm gonna make sure that I go in with my half guard, and I'm gonna lay the front hairs down because it's kind of jumping off the head in the front where his hairline is. So I'm gonna make sure I go down with that to lay the hairs down before I start edging. So I'm using my T-liners, but it's important to start at the middle of the head when you're doing the hairline, and you want to have a steady hand. It's not easy, but when you have a steady hand, it's way easier and it comes out crispy. So I'm starting at the middle of the head, then I'm gonna work towards one side, and I'm gonna come back to the middle and work towards that other side. So YouTube, this the final results. Let me know what y'all think.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
All the way around?
Yeah. You can go slower. Yes, sir.
Make sure I like and subscribe to my boy Tip over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.